You know what I love about Filipinas Live? I can watch me. Filipinas Live lets me watch in different angles. No. I'm referring to the multi-cam feature. It allows me to chat with the other viewers too, which means I can read your comments too. Come on, guys. That's what I'm talking about. And it's not just games, there's original content too. And that is Filipinas Love. Filipinas Live.
Filipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Filipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
Get access and watch your favorite sporting events on Filipinas Live with these easy steps. Download via Google Play or App Store. Once downloaded, enter a valid email address. Verify the OTP sent to your email address. Note that the OTP is valid for 5 minutes and for one-time use only. If no OTP is received, you may click on the Resend OTP button. Once successful, create and enter your password. Accept the terms and conditions to complete your registration. You can now log on to Filipinas Live. Subscribe now for only 149 pesos monthly.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
This season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Filipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
You know what I love about Filipinas Live? I can watch me. Filipinas Live lets me watch in different angles. No. I'm referring to the multi-cam feature. It allows me to chat with the other viewers too, which means I can read your comments too. Come on, guys. That's what I'm talking about. And it's not just games, there's original content too. And that is Filipinas Love.
Look at the hard work.
Oh my goodness! Jeffrey with a jab! Mula kay Abariento. Showtime!
San Miguel will advance.
Squeeze pass, no question about it.
My.
As they punch their ticket for the win. It's gone! And the team will head into the semifinal. The second part of the race for the 50th season Golden Glory comes up as sibling rivals add another page to their colorful history. San Miguel is on a 10-game winning streak, and they do look very determined to push on and lead on straight to the finals. But don't ever say that. To never say die. Ginebra that also wants, as Tim Cone says, to flip the script against San Miguel. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the RPTV powered by Sportswide presentation. We have the point laureate with us here tonight, Ronnie Magsano, joining all of you and these thousands of people here at the Big Dome.
Sa pagpasok ng 2026, these two teams replicating their meeting in the semifinal encounter in the Philippine Cup of 2025. That was a series won by San Miguel 4-3. Ginebra trying to flip the script on course to probably another stint in the finals.
Earlier today, a turnaround as TNT came back from almost 21 points down to turn back Meralco in our first game today.
The top 4 teams out of the 12 teams that started are the remaining teams right now trying to make it to the finals. At magkakaalaman, sino bang tatawid? Ang maliit na manlalaro na si RJ Barrientos o higanting si Junmar Fajardo.
Makakala nyo nagbibiro kami na yan ang matchup. Hindi ho sila magbabantayan. Kaso sila yung key players sa dalawang team na ito. Ito ang numbers that could play a part in this series.
And you can say that Ginebra is the antithesis to San Miguel.
Why?
Yung kalakasan ng San Miguel, yun naman ang kalakasan ng Ginebra pagdating sa depensa. And the good banner line dito sa sharing ito is the San Miguel's mighty offense versus the defensive system of Coach Tim Cone and the Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings.
One thing I will say about this is going to be a series. This won't be short. It's not going to be 4 or 5 games. Ako hanggang 6 siguro ito. Barangay Ginebra in this particular conference went up at 7-4. Went into the quarterfinals with a disadvantage actually against Converge.
But that was not a problem for a team which won 7 straight games after they stood at 2-4. Won 5 straight to make it to the quarterfinals pero hindi nila nakuha yung twice to beat advantage. But against Converge, the second best scoring team, they kept that team under 100 but more than that. Sa pangalawang laro ay classic epic encounter.
Exactly.
Talo na 2 beses na ipanalo pa pagdating sa duluhan. Sa regulation nakatabla. Sa extra time, naging pinakabayani si Stephen Holt.
It's hard when you're the one saying it, ano? Yung mga Ginebra victories na balik ng gano'n. And you've seen on the other side too many
Balik tanaw.
Balik tanaw. Why RJ Barrientos? Is he that good for this particular team right now?
He was outstanding before he went up to the PBA, and that's a big reason why naglaro muna abroad. Pagdating sa kanyang karera sa PBA, Rookie of the Year, most recent Player of the Week, but more than the numbers, it's the impact that he brings para sa Barangay Ginebra. How many second-year players lead their team in scoring playing off the bench? And how many second-year players have the basketball in their hands when the game is on the line? Yan ang kumpiyansang binibigay ni Coach Tim Cone para kay RJ Barrientos.
That is so well said. And look how many more things can you say about that big basket by Stephen Holt. But he provides so many other things aside from dramatic shots, I'm sure.
That's true. Numbers were down because the reboundings were up. Did what they had to. Worked so hard para sa Barangay Ginebra, but more than that, drilled the biggest shot of game number 2 of the quarterfinal series. A defensive specialist, a big shot maker, definitely a big asset para kay Coach Tim Cone.
Okay, so much more to discuss as this series begins, but let's put things in perspective and help us. We'll need help from Apple David.
Going through that series against Converge, kung saan sila nga yung may twice to win disadvantage, turned out to be a blessing in disguise for Barangay Ginebra, as that was probably the best preparation they can get para naman sa seryeng ito kontra SMB. According to Coach Richard Del Rosario, for one, personnel-wise, going up against the 2 bigs of the Fiber Xers, magandang preparasyon yon. For the bigs naman, they will be facing dito sa Beermen, emphasis na on JMF. Pangalawa, the way their second unit stepped up in the quarterfinals, got the minutes, got the confidence, is much needed going up against the Beermen, who is number 1 pagdating sa bench points. So back to the panel.
Thank you very much, Apple David. And now it's time to flip the chart, so to speak, and talk about the other side and San Miguel. Now, 10 straight wins. Who's going to stop them? That's a good question starting with this series here tonight.
Nagsimula sa Philippine Cup, talo ng 2 sunod. Dapa sa NLEX, tinalo ng Phoenix, but they haven't lost in almost 3 months. Not too many teams can string up 10 consecutive wins, but this is a different team. The only pioneer team in the PBA, the winningest ball club in the history of the Philippine Basketball Association.
Now, Junmar Fajardo looks like he's poised, ready to accept another best player of the conference award. How good is he, Coach Ronnie Magsano?
Not only because he is a 9-time MVP, a Defensive Player of the Year once in 2015, a 4-time Finals MVP, a 12-time Best Player of the Conference, was a front-runner once again here in the Philippine Cup for that award. But more than the numbers and the accolades and all the milestones, it's the attitude that he brings to the table for the Beermen. He is a big shot maker. He has worked so hard to be the top player in the country in the last so many years. And he's a gentle giant. And that speaks so well on the kind of attitude that he brings. Very sport, very gentle, but knows how to win.
And now just very quickly, one of the key players that could help San Miguel in this series is CJ Perez.
Number 1 scorer para sa San Miguel Beermen. Also a defensive stopper in so many ways. Can hit the 3 ball, can knock down the 4-point shot. Is a perfect complement in terms of inside game ni Junmar Fardo because he's one of their best ball skill players. Numbers were down at the start of the Philippine Cup, but throughout the last few matches, he was on a roll. And this just proves that CJ Perez once again is healthy. And when he's fit and is in peak form, San Miguel is a tough team to beat.
Thank you very much, Coach Rolly Magsanok and Apple David. Now let's allow the introduction of the starting lineups for both San Miguel Beer and Ginebra San Miguel.
From your Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. At center is an 8-time champion from Sasmuan, Pampanga, number 25, Japet Aguilar. At forward is the number 2 overall pick in the annual draft 10 years ago from Cagayan Valley, number 1, Troy Rosario. At forward is the PBA 48th season Rookie of the Year from Angeles City, Pampanga, number 14, Stephen Holt. At guard from Las Piñas City, number 2, Maya Gray. And also at guard is a 6-time champion from Davao del Sur, number 9, Scotty Thompson. Head coach of Barangay Ginebra is Tim Cone. And now let's meet the starters for your San Miguel Beermen. Starting at guard from La Paz Leyte, number 6, Chris Ross. At guard is a 3-time champion from Bautista, Pangasinan, number 77, the Predator, CJ Perez. At forward, playing in his 11th season in the PBA from Tabaco Albay, number 91, Rodney Brondial. At forward is an 11-time PBA champion from Ilocos Sur, number 13, Super Marcio Lassiter. And at center is a record 9-time MVP from Pinabongahan, Cebu, number 15, the Kraken, Junmar Fajardo. Head coach of the Beermen is Leo Austria. Game officials are Peter Balao, Bing Oliva, Janine Caldo, and Jason Vinoso. This game is under the supervision and regulation.
Balao, Oliva, Nicandro, and Vipin are our officials as we review the starting lineups with Coach Ronnie.
One thing is certain in game number 1, one long winning streak will come to an end as we take a look at the regular starters para dito sa San Miguel Beermen.
And we are underway with this series of best of 7. Earlier tonight, we had talk and text roaring back from a deficit as much as 21 to win and draw first blood in that series. This is, I believe, going to be a protracted struggle as Scotty Thompson makes his first attack. You know, it's also advantageous for Scotty. Barrientos gets most of the attention. The load isn't so much at Scotty.
Malaking bagay para kay Scotty Thompson to keep himself fresh. Dati, parang overloaded si Scotty sa kanyang dami ng ginagawa.
Too much of a burden.
Yes.
Here comes Junmar. That should be a fun matchup with his best friend, Japet Aguilar. Shot clock catching up with the Beermen first violation.
And one thing we will closely try to observe is the way that Ginebra will come up with their defensive schemes against Junmar Fardo. In the first possession para sa San Miguel, 24-second shot clock violation. First defensive stop by Ginebra against San Miguel.
Good sized crowd. Should be at least under 9,000 tonight. First estimate again. Scotty with a 3.
5-point lead in the first minute para dito sa Red Shirts. Last game that they played was about December 28. Ang San Miguel, last saw action, December 25th.
Pasko nung tayo.
Tama, sir.
Yung endlets. In the meantime, the pass outside. Here's Marcio. By the way, thank you very much, Marcio Lassiter, for your belated Christmas gift, which is always welcome.
Maraming salamat. Sa number 1 3-point shooter all-time.
All-time,
sa kasaysayan ng PBA. Knocks in the first basket for San Miguel, by the way, a mid-range conversion.
3-2. Here comes an outside attempt. Offline completely for Troy Rosario, missing badly.
Ginebra shot almost 15, made triples o 3-point baskets in that final match laban sa Converge sa kanilang quarterfinal series.
CJ Perez off to a good start, giving San Miguel an early 5-3 lead.
Not a 20-point game. I repeat that. Not a 20-point game in the clincher against Index, only 4 of 18. But you know how little CJ Perez is when he gets going.
The outside attempt by Japet, distracted by Junmar. The ball nonetheless will be kept by Ginebra.
And that is the shot that Japet Aguilar will take and hopefully will make more in the next coming minutes.
As this three-point shot is brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook.
That's an all-important shot that Japet Aguilar will have to consistently make to draw Junmar Fajardo from outside the shaded area.
Alam mo, kanina naabutan namin sila ni Apple David. Nagkikwentuhan yung dalawa. Alam mo, roommates yan sa Gilas eh.
Gano'n kaya kalaki yung kama nila, no, sir?
Ang
Kahaba pala.
Siguro ang sinasabi nilang ni Junmar, wala na lang kama, sa banig na lang kami. At total, wala namang kama.
Gano'n kalaking banig yun, sir?
Malaki. Sa sahig na lang sila. And that should be a fun combination sila mag-roommate.
Meron bang California King na banig?
Hindi ko alam. May king size bed, queen size. Samantalang he scored 5-3. Tim Cone has said that, you know, it's not an easy job trying to beat San Miguel, but they're hoping the line is very good to flip the script.
Sa unang paghaharap nila, 83-81 ang final result. Just a 2-point win by San Miguel. One of only 2 games wherein they were under 100, I believe, here in the Philippine Cup.
Perez with the 3. San Miguel jumps out to a 5-point lead. Counter, short. And follow-up. Holt finding a way.
Another offensive rebound para dito sa Gin Kings. Fajardo leads all locals in terms of rebounds. Number 1 offensive rebounder, number 1 defensive rebounder as well.
Parang given in. Perez tries again. This time it won't work. Brondiel battling underneath. Ball will be retained by the Beermen. Si Rodney comfortable na siya sa starter. He might not finish the game, but he knows he will be there at the start of the game.
He was almost a double-double performer in the game against NLEX.
Nice turnaround.
Oh my.
Nice turnaround. One of those rare times when he has to go lefty.
Definitely a shot perhaps that he has worked in preparation for the semis.
10-5 and Junmar plucks the board.
Ang hirap ng drop step na yun. Sir, kinaliwa eh.
Alam niya, no, pag pihit niya, wrong foot eh. Alam na niya eh.
Ang pihit niya is away from the help.
Ross. No. Nice box out by Japet Aguilar. Ginebra down by 5 currently with 8.5 remaining. No elevation. No chance to go up. Scotty changes that. Holt whips it over to Troy. Can't drop it. Ball is loose. Rebound fought for by Ginebra. Follow-up. No. Follow-up will work.
Series of offensive rebounds. That's 4 points. Coming up, second chance scoring here for Ginebra, keeping them just 1 possession away from San Miguel.
Jeremiah Gray with the follow, and the rebound picked up from the floor by Troy Rosario. This is this time of the season where hopefully you think your chemistry will really kick in and click well. Here's Junmar like a point guard. Bakit hindi? CJ uli. Lumabas. Holt slows us down. He never wants to slow down the game, Ronnie. It favors them. Kasi pag takbuhan, tatalunin sila ng San Miguel. Daming roadrunner ng San Miguel. Wala pa nga si Jericho Cruz. Diyan, backboard shot. Finds the mark. And it's the lead of San Miguel slashed down to 1.
Average in double digits against Converge. One of their top scorers, one of their best mid-range players. Again, that shot has to be a constant for Japet Aguilar to bring Junmar Fajardo outside the paint.
Here's Marshall. He rings the bell. And it's a 3-point lead again for the Beermen.
Everything has been quick trigger here for San Miguel. Perez, a total of 6. Laster with 4. That's 10 of the first 12 points for San Miguel.
Rosario trying to make a decision with 4 seconds remaining on the shooting clock. Japet. Holt
Oh,
wide
wow.
open. In time, but didn't make it. Cross court to CJ. Tough catch. And they couldn't retain it. Ito si Gray. Nag-iisip. Baka sakali. Pero nilabas muna niya. Nilabas. Iskati libre.
San Miguel dodged a bullet earlier than sumablay si Hall. Wide open 3 ball. Scotty will not miss for the second straight possession. Ties the score on the 12.
Miscommunication.
Second
gap.
straight turnover para sa San Miguel Beermen.
Walang eye contact yung dalawang veterano. Alam nila. Ikaw, marami ka rin ang kasama veterano. Pagka mali mo, tuturo mo agad ako mali.
Akuin mo na.
Akuin mo na.
Oo.
Huwag mo na. Pero pag siya mali, baba na.
Okay na yan.
Baba.
Give. Lahat nagkakamali.
Sige na. Tabla sa 12. Unang deadlock ng ating first quarter inside 6 minutes. May tinawag si Janine Nicandro na nagtumawag nitong Southeast Asian Games.
Yan.
Alam ko. May, sa 3x3 ba o sa full 5 and 6?
Sa 5-on-5. So nakita ko sila doon.
Kasi siya ay kasama ng isang all-female Southeast Asian crew.
Correct.
Saludo, Janine. In the meantime, tabla sa 12. Babalik kami. Sandali lang.
Okay. So Torres is an over here for ano. So let's go to the post this time. Torres is the post. Okay? Now, ayun is the time. So, isa dito guys, watch out. Nagsasag, pwede kayo kumat, pwede kayo 45 dito. 45. Itong passer, pwede kayo mag-screen mag-cut dito para ma-open up itong area ito. But, watch out baka nagpo-frontal,
It's scary how Ginebra has been able to find ways to win. Yan ang sabi ni Coach Peter Martin. And that is why importante daw para sa kanila to be patient in this series sa mga laro. Hindi pwede yung masyado silang gigil, lalo na sa disiplina ng barangay in everything that they do. Another concern for them is looking at the quarterfinal series rather of the Kings. And even sa panimula ng larong ito, they've been getting good, clean looks at the basket. Kaya naman tong Beermen, they really have to make sure to challenge those shots. Wala dapat madali para sa Ginebra. Seth and Coach Ronnie.
Alam mo kasi, big mistake pag pinabayaan mong tumira itong mga tirador ng Ginebra. Kasi kahit pa paano tatama, Ronnie, no?
At saka kailangan meron kang bagay na pwede mong tanggalin o bawasan sa kabila. Sa points inside the paint, kailangan lamang ka kung ikaw ay San Miguel. Pero sa nakikita natin ngayon, paulit-ulit na nakakapasok sa loob ang Ginebra. Base dun sa report ni Apple, isa yan sa early concerns ng San Miguel. Base na rin sa binanggit ni Assistant Coach Peter Martin. At saka yung offensive rebound, sir, at second chance scoring ng Ginebra.
Napakadaming bagay naman pala iniisip.
Napakarami talaga, sir. Kaya kailangan mo ng mga kasama
bakit kayo gusto nyo maging coach, ano?
Part of the challenge yan, sir.
Exactly. Alam mo naman sa Pilipinas, lahat tayo marunong kumoach kahit konti.
Totoo naman. Iba-iba lang ang pamamaraan.
3 bagay daw ang alam gawin ng Pilipino.
Aha.
Coach ng basketball. Patakbo ng gobyerno daw. At mag-direct ng sine. Yan ang sabi.
Kakatapos lang ng Metro Manila Philippines.
Ngayon lang ako pumalso. Hindi ako nakapanood ng isa. Biyahe kasi lolo mo sa out of town sa probinsya. 12 ball.
Yan itong serye ng San Miguel at Ginebra din sa Philippine Cup in 2025. Natapos sa game number 7, 193 yung final score doon. At ang bayani ron ay si Chris Ross para sa San Miguel. Sa game number 6 naman, si L.A. Tenorio na mayani.
Yung kanyang dapat last game niya as a Ginebra player. Troy battling. Oh, look at that jewel. That'll work in the nick of time.
Such a willing passer. In the nick of time, Scotty Thompson, understanding that Norbert Torres was wide open. Again, the big challenge against the defense of Junmar Fajardo. the mid-range shooter.
Look at Norbert Torres doing the Chito Loizaga book on guarding big men. Sa baba ang kuha niya. Lead pass in the air. Iskate!
Pag nasa loob si RJ Barrientos, pwedeng hindi playmaker si Scotty, pwede siyang finisher. Right now, Scotty with an excellent first quarter coming up already with 9 first quarter points, 50% of the total output.
Ito si Calma, steps into the shot.
C. Ross does so many things. Calma hits his first basket in the semis.
Abarientos mula sa kanto. Grabe si Abarientos no series sa convert. Ano? Pinagsabihan, tumira nga ng tumira.
Early entry for Calma. Normally, it's Moala Tautua.
Alam mo, kung minsan pag nag-coach ka, nagtatapong ka ng tao, yung pagulat also, na hindi in-expect ng kabila.
Depende rin sa matchup talaga, sir.
I guess so. Nice deflection. Rosario bothering Calma there. It's a 5-on-3 bust out. Called Torres had the right idea, but the ball was kicked away.
Good denial by Ross once again. Deflection, disruption. Name it defensively, si Ross will do it.
Teka muna, defensive stop ito. Hatid sa inyo ng Pioneer Elastosil. Selyado ang bubong, anumang panahon.
Good to see Jason David up and about. Played a huge part doon sa Game 2 win ng Ginebra, and Coach Tim has lent this rotation as Koo and David have been a part of the rotation for Ginebra in the quarterfinals. Wow.
Scotty hits another one from long distance. Another 3, and San Miguel has ended up watching Scotty Thompson fire from afar. 5-point lead by Ginebra, and we shall have a timeout. Back in a moment here at the Big Dome in Cubao.
You know what I love about Filipinas Live? I can watch me. Filipinas Live lets me watch in different angles. No. I'm referring to the multi-cam feature. It allows me to chat with the other viewers too, which means I can read your comments too. Come on, guys. That's what I'm talking about. And it's not just games, there's original content too. And that is Filipinas Love. I mean, Filipinas Live.
Number 2 in steals, Mr. Do-It-All. Once again, did it all against Converge, trying to replicate that here in the semis encounter versus their sister team, the San Miguel Beermen.
The crowd is enjoying themselves with the PBA game experience that we have here. And Scotty Thompson in this game has already erupted, as we mentioned, for that many points and almost perfect shooting in this opening quarter.
And this is not just a Scotty Thompson showcase, but also a challenge on the defense of San Miguel. San Miguel has given up a lot of open looks.
Too many,
and easy layups para dito sa Red Shirts, who have overtaken them on top by a 2-possession edge.
Nothing gets the goat of coaches than watching your team just watch the other shoot baskets. Oh, breakaway. Won't work though, and the gang rebounding of Ginebra is on. Here's Scotty, fleet-footed moves. Nice drop pass. Oh, what a perfect play.
2 times sa Barrientos set up Scotty Thompson. Now with Scotty creating a scoring look for RJ Barrientos. Hindi bumaba si CJ Perez, 5 against 4 situation. Ginebra now on top by the biggest edge, 7 puntos.
And we are at 3:30 to go in the first of 4 quarters. Perez with the runner, medyo pilit because he was running out of time actually. RJ says, tabi dyan, to the corner we go. Here's an open Torres attempt, malakas. And receiving it with wide open arms is Junmar Pardo.
That was a 5-on-3 situation. A 5-on-2 situation almost para sa Barangay Ginebra.
Tinanggal yung layup eh. Although they did not go to the all of that.
4 points for the Kraken. Stops this Ginebra onslaught.
Lalo na of later years, parang ang dali ng basketball sa kanya. No? Lalo na of these last,
Inaaral niya sir.
last 6 or 8 years.
Hindi lang siya matangkad at mahusay. Matalino siya maglaro.
Ilang moves yung pinag-aaralan niya sa Dota. Ginagamit din niya, pinag-aaralan din niya dito sa basketball. Troy Rosario.
Sir, walang joystick dito.
Well, best friend niya si Ping Christian, di ba?
Saka walang restart.
Ayan. Samantala, drive to the basket, lost control of the ball. Troliano with no passport, trying to fly out of the capital.
Naalala ko yung pinakita ni Troliano laban sa Road Warriors after being held scoreless. The first 2 quarters exploded with at least half of their total output sa third quarter.
We were torn between
Troliano, Cruz, and Fajardo as the top player.
Hindi maiwasan yung Fajardo at that game eh, no?
2 biggest names as to why this is the #1 team in terms of bench scoring. Jericho Cruz and Troliano.
Libre, nice pick by Torres. Nice pick and roll with Abarientos on the firing end.
25-point average, 27.5-point average in the quarters against the Fiber Lectures. 35 points in Game 1, 20 in Game 2 to lead Ginebra in scoring in both matches.
Abarientos already lining up 5 points. Wami Johnson a little too strong in the rebound, collected downstairs by Ginebra. Here comes the runner. That won't work.
That's good defense para kay Troliano.
Sunny Estil was looking for a foul there. Downstairs, Junmar pokes it up, but he'll go to the line, shoot charities here.
Almost 11 minutes gone. First time ni Junmar Fajardo makalapit ganun kaigsi sa basket. Kanina puro sa labas. Mahirap makapasok sa loob.
Ito po ang 3-point delivery. Hatid sa inyo ng Arena Plus Sportsbook. 10-point lead by Ginebra. This is now their biggest lead in this first quarter.
To think that San Miguel jumped the gun early on sa Ginebra, but the defense of the Beermen has given up 26 points and their offense has dried up.
But we all know how good San Miguel is in the third quarter.
Laging may bulusok, may arangkada yan. At least isang quarter.
Most of the time yan engineered by Chris Rosa.
Troliano, Fajardo,
even Jericho Cruz kuminsan. In the meantime, that shot will not work. No free throws connected upon.
Down 10
by the Kraken. Torres and the Barrientos working together. That does not work, and the rebound collected by Calma. Here's Jericho. The San Miguel Tornado uses the glass. No, and the rebound. Ooh, snared in the air by Estil. Troy, Estil thinking about it. Whirling around. Abarientos, libre si Torres. Thought about it. David contemplates. Estil is in the box. Torres says, we gotta shoot. Just can't make it though. Misses so far his first 3 attempts.
Better defense on the part of Junmar Fajardo, closing out and denying. An easy look para kay Torres. Turnover once again para
Look
sa
at
San
that
Miguel.
takeaway. High in the air pass, still fakes. Fires Abarientos quickly to the other side. Can't get it. Tapped outside. Junmar says thank you.
2 transition stops para sa San Miguel. Could have been down by 14 already.
Hindi lang dodging a bullet yun. Iwas puso yun.
Pauna ito sana kung sakali.
Oo. Wami. Sidestep. Clip. Yes.
Good decision para kay Junmar Fajardo to kick that basketball out to Wami Chongson.
Lead of Ginebra San Miguel down to 8. Here's Mautau Tua. You were beginning to talk about him earlier. Fajardo is given his first quarter rest. I see Ralph Koo coming up from the bench, giving Troy Rosario his breather.
Matchups, ever so important in the series.
Pukol. Muntik na. Natapos po ang ating opening quarter. Ginebra San Miguel with the early statement, pull away early on, but don't count San Miguel out yet. Second quarter around the corner.
That 8 points, guys, because of your number. Punta tayo sa advantage natin.
Yeah, it's probably one of the bigger shots in my career. When I had my moment, I knew I had to step up. The play was designed, obviously, for RJ. We wanted to get him a good look. Didn't work out. Second option was to me try and come off a pick and roll. And again, I just wanted to execute whatever the game presented to me. And so, like I said, I was struggling all game, but again, I just wanted to step up for my team because I feel like we deserve this, man. We just showed so much heart with people fouling out, going into overtime, and players playing extended minutes, man. Like, that's just true NSD spirit. And so I love my guys, man.
Nothing like having one of those in your career, regardless of what level of basketball you play. Those are the unforgettable ones.
A defensive specialist, a big-time scorer when he was with Terraferma, former top pick. 11 points in game 1. He was 2 of 9 against Converge before he hit the biggest shot in that match to save the day for the Gin Kings and take them all the way to the semifinals.
The commissioner is with some members of the board and some consultants, and Francis Cho is there. Oji Narvasa, who's the legal counsel of the PBA, quite a player himself during his Ateneo days. In the meantime, Calma, Kautua, Bruce. Now the second unit of San Miguel has to respond as well now, Ronnie.
Over 50 points from the second unit out of the 108 points scoring average for San Miguel. Yan ang dinadala nila Cruz, nila Trollano, of course sila Moala Tautua.
Ginebra has a hybrid unit on the floor of starters and bench players. Here's an open shot, a steal. No, it bounced away. Here's Trollano trying to create a shot. And the rebound collected by a steal. 26-18, first minute of your second quarter. Near steal, Abarientos free.
7 points off the bench.
You and I were talking about Hector Calma and how he would deliver from the 15-foot line on a 3-on-2. Every guard must have that some kind of shot like that, Ronnie.
Totoo yan, on a consistent basis. Hirap mantayan ni RJ Barrientos. May buga sa 3, may tira sa mid-range, may lusot.
Oh, what a play. That play worked nicely. The defense of Ginebra just broke down there.
That's a rare defensive miscue on the part of the Gin Kings who have been on point protecting the paint.
Sa game, may plano ka depensa, pero meron din mga blind spots. Bigla na lang lulusutan ka at a certain point.
Eh, ganun kauhusay ang mga manlalaro sa PBA, sir.
Okay.
Nababasag nila yung plano ng kalaban, kaya kinakailangan mag-adjust yung mga coaches
Kagad.
sa mga ganong klaseng sitwasyon.
Oh, nabasa na tayo. Alam na nila ginagawa as Cruz fires. They have not been successful on this right side of the floor. Abarientos slows it down, waits for the rest of the gang. Alam mo, napaka-smart. When he saw those big rebounders come in, tinira na niya.
But the bigger question is, why was there another open shot for someone who's been hot since the quarterfinals?
In the mind of Leo Austria probably right now.
So, 10 kay RJ, 11 kay Scotty Thompson, 21 sa 31 sa dalawang gwardya.
Papahinga pa ngayon si Scotty. Wami adjusting in the attack down the middle, ended up with a layup. Second basket.
And that's 6 points off the bench para sa San Miguel. Something that they're supposed to win against the Gin Kings. bench scoring.
Because they have the deeper bench.
Correct. That's why they are called right now as the depth squad.
Great play. Alam mo, this Ginebra variation, this iteration of the Ginebra team, may chemistry na itong grupo to eh. There was a time they were still grouping eh.
Yan ang gagawa ng mga panalong nakuha nila sa
yung emotional,
yes, yung tiwala, yung trust factor.
And the euphoria as Wami Johnson begins to watch hot. He has 7 points coming off the bench for San Miguel Beer.
These are big numbers contributed by Wami Johnson. Kung hindi, mas malaking kalamangan ito for Ginebra. 7 points off the bench for Johnson.
Drop it, eyeball to eyeball without Tua. Escapes, there's sumabit. Sino? Si Wami ba o si David?
Smart play coming from Babarientos. Ball denial. What he did was to set a screen for Japet Aguilar.
And gives us a chance now to go to Apple David. Apple?
Inisa-isa ni Coach Leo Ostra yung mga lapses nila kaninang first quarter. Una na dyan, committing 5 turnovers that allowed Ginebra to get easy baskets. Tapos, ang mas masama pa daw doon, every time they turn the ball over, wala man lang nagsisprint back on defense. Kung meron man, baka tumakbo. So, konting sense of urgency naman ang hinahanap ni Coach Leo. Pagdating sa opensa, better reads. Pag walang advantage sa paint, then go for the pick and roll. 7 Coach Ronnie.
Gusto mo sanang tumawa, no? Gusto, di ba? Si Apple, no? Gusto niya sanang tumawa. Half of that last sentence. Apple, you've earned it. You can do it. Ha? Okay lang.
Pwede ba yung tawa sa halakhak?
Tawa yun eh.
So may mga red flag na nakita si Coach Leo Austria doon sa obserbahan niya na nangyari sa first quarter.
Alam mo, tagal na rin natin sinusundan itong team na ito. Alam mo, napaka third quarter nito San Miguel kasi yan, di ba? May ganung karakteristik ang ibang mga teams eh. Ang ilang mga teams actually. They will be different in the third. Watch it, ha? You'll see. They can start now if they want to, no harm. In the meantime, oh, look at that drive by the big guy.
Excellent ball fake. Fake handoff, but they have to sprint down.
Nice adjustment.
That's the reason why.
What a pass.
RJ Barrientos fueling the pace here para sa Barangay Ginebra. Too easy to give up.
Push, ano?
Yes.
Libre, ayaw tumama. Ayaw naman, tumakbo na, nag-league out na si David. Sabi niya, wag niyo ipasa. Bolt gets a screen from Japet, rolls away. To the corner we go. David sees a crack, sends it to Ku, who can nail it from afar, decides to dance with it on the outside. Barrientos, Ku will launch.
Oh, wow. Very patient. A shot coming off a pass, and that's what the Ginebra offensive system is all about.
4 to 5 players touch that ball before that final shot by Ku, actually.
Points of the bench so far, Ginebra has the advantage. This shot.
It's a 3-point shot brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook. Tinaga, ano?
Nakita ko na yan nung nakaraang laro laban sa Converge. Faking the penetration, finding hook for that killer 3-ball laban sa Converge.
This is an altogether different team, different from the LA Tenordo era.
Wala na rin si Jamie Malonzo dyan, sir.
Exactly, no? No go on the second free throw.
Dalawang sablay yun para kay Moan. Dalawa rin kanina. Isa lang ba?
15, no?
Ayun.
50%. Aray, naipit si Japet. Nasaktan pa. That's traveling.
Slow start so far para kay Don Truliano.
Parang wala sa tempo, no?
Well defended by Ku in this sequence.
And sometimes players don't know it, eh, di ba? Or don't know the reason why it's happening.
Nangyayari lang talaga.
Or sometimes you're playing just so well. Almost, but not quite. Sabit si Tautua.
Still an 11-point lead para dito sa Ginebra. Started the quarter 26-18 pabor sa Gin Kings.
I would rate Mo Tautua's reaction to a foul being called against him as one of the best in the PBA.
Bakit mo nasabi?
Wala lang. Hindi siya naniniwalang may foul sa kanya. Turnover to court side. Smile please, Miss David.
Yes, Sir Sev. Nabanggit nyo kanina how Japet Aguilar and Junmar Fajardo may konting catching up moment before the game. And I was able to speak to Japet after and sabi niya, mahirap daw talagang kalaban itong si Junmar. Talented na yung mga teammates niya. Idagdag mo si Junmar, that's what makes them an elite team. He elevates the level of play ng kanyang kupunan. So wala talagang way to contain or limit Junmar. The best he can do every time katapat ito is just to make every shot or every point, every rebound a little bit harder for JMS. Back to you.
And I get a kick out of the fact that they're good friends and they have to guard each other. Trabaho lang talaga. That does not work despite the opening it created. Bolt slows it down. They don't want to rush it. And there's an unnecessary foul against Perez.
Gaano katibay ang blocking out ng Ginebra? They only surrendered one offensive rebound sa San Miguel sa unang quarter. Maski dito sa pangalang quarter, bihirang mapulutan after a missed attempt ng San Miguel ang Barangay Ginebra.
Torres getting a lot of PT or playing time in this first half. Gives Japet Aguilar a break. He may have hurt himself in a previous play. Here's Iskati to David. Holt flies with nothing in his hands. May foul si Holt yata.
You like the double effort here coming from Chong Son. Scoring and showing toughness defensively as well.
May review. Tingin ko kung take foul o hindi. More than anything, it's not whether it's flagrant or not. Could be a take foul, which is in the mind of B-Boy Rabanes and the rest of the San Miguel Brain Trust.
Ulitin ko lang, litaw na litaw yung effort ng Ginebra to try and keep San Miguel off the offensive glass. As San Miguel had 25 offensive rebounds in that closeout win laban sa NLEX sa quarterfinals.
This could be, this is arguable, and I'm sure Fidel Mangonon is going to help it. I think B-Boy Rabanes is the oldest assistant coach among the assistant coaches. And it is a transition take foul. And B-Boy comes from that old 80s generation ng PBA where he was part of San Miguel.
Yes.
He was also part of Alaska.
Correct.
Where he won many Defensive Player of the Year.
Napakahusay dumipesa.
Oo.
Magaling din mag-free throws eh.
Oo nga, no? Yung generation. Si Yoyo Martres hindi masyado. But mamaya na nostalgia, babalik kami ni Coach Ronnie at ni Apple sa Dalila.
Okay, Port Lima. Okay, Junmar here. And Junmar, a horn tayo. Horn. Okay? Watch out up. Tingnan nyo dito. Baka hindi drive. Pwede ito. Okay? If he rolls, okay, come up here. Okay, come up here. Pwedeng high low. Nothing happen. Okay? If Junmar stays here, i-adopt nyo dito para roll.
We have you back with us here at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. It's currently 40-29. We put the spotlight on Japet Aguilar. Apple already had a report about him and how hard it is to guard Junmar. And it's also tough to guard Japet Aguilar when he's in the groove, so to speak, Ronnie.
And guarding the rim is also top of mind for Japet Aguilar. Increase his scoring average. Tied his rebounding average, with more than that, improved shot blocking, rim protection against Converge. Led the team in blocks. One of their several double-digit scorers has been a constant for Coach Timko through the years.
Just in case you missed the first game between TNT and Meralco, TNT with a comeback win against the Bolts, 100-95 was the final count. A dramatic game. The final score does not tell you the whole story. And that series is off to a blazing start.
Calvin Oftana scored 26 points and was named as the best player of the game earlier in the first game of the series versus Meralco.
Alam mo, Ronnie, you've been here. This is a long, long haul road to the championship. You have to win 8 games when you get to the semis to be able to claim a PBA title.
Here's how we look at it, sir. When you make it to the semis and desire to make it to the finals, that's a good 1 month.
1 month.
1 month. 2 weeks of playing in the semis if it's a best of 7 series. Another set of 2 weeks playing in the finals if it goes all the way. Titigil ang mundo mo niyan, sir. Babagal lahat.
Ang maganda lang, motivated lahat kasi gustong manalo.
Yes,
Diba?
yes.
Hindi na problema yun. Pero if you're in the hole in the series, as the shot clock comes down to 2, CJ with another awkward shot. Kahilig is in the game for the very first time. Recycled offense for the Beermen. Pull up, Jericho finally gets a basket. His
first.
His first, actually. Tim Cohn calls a timeout.
Not too many times that you can keep San Miguel at this scoring level. Only 31 points so far for the Beermen.
And we will be back after these reminders.
Well, I think because of our experience in the game, especially this one, after winning 9 consecutive games, so there's a little bit of pressure in the quarterfinals because we cannot afford to lose. And it's a lot of hard work and sleepless night for the players because of the things we're doing. But sabi ko nga, because of the experience, they know how to win. Talaga itinacharge ko ito sa experience ng team.
Leo Austria back at the helm of the San Miguel Beermen after taking a back seat, being consultant to George Gallant, and Peter Martin still has no hair along the sideline.
Sir talaga, oh.
Nakilala ko yan, may buhok yan eh.
Mahaba ang buhok.
In the meantime, these two have battled through the years. 25 titles with Tim Cohn, 10 for Leo Austria. And the Philippine Cup titles, Leo has the edge in that department.
Wow, storied coaching careers.
And you can understand why Yengia wants to win this one. He hasn't won this one, the Philippine Cup.
Coach Leo, former PBA Rookie of the Year.
Boy, Didli, kakampi mo rin yan eh.
Shooter yan,
No,
sir.
may
Saka
shooter.
napakatalinong gwardiya.
Sobra, no? As I was telling you, he and Hector Calma were part of a team before Sagana 99. I remember the jingle, but I won't sing it anymore. Anyway, Scotty is back in the game. Had an early surge with 11 points. Troy Rosario in the familiar position in the post. Knocked away. He lost it, claiming that he was snapped on the arm, but he won't get the call.
Better defensive energy for San Miguel in the last few minutes.
Oh no, now that you mention it, parang may konti mang additional sense of urgency.
Kaya napakalaking tulong ng double effort ni Wami Chongson kanina. Scoring,
Actually,
defending, keeping San Miguel closer to the Gin Kings. We're trying to put San Miguel on their heels.
Put San Miguel on the ropes early on, di ba? In this series, which we can estimate to be a long one. Who these two teams are. Junmar goes up and scores.
And that's the value of that setting for the long ball. Opens the door for Junmar Fajardo to secure offensive rebound, something that we have not seen for San Miguel in quarter 1, but we saw a lot in that clinching win, close-out win, laban sa NLEX sa quarterfinals.
How do you solve a problem like Junmar? How do you stop the sun from shining? That Sound of Music song seems so appropriate.
Like a refrain.
He's done everything. And one of the nicest guys in the league. Nice drive. Nice explosiveness. Parang siyang tatakbo ng triple jump or high
Ang
jump.
mabigat doon ay galing sa free throw situation. Subalit, nakatakas na naman ang 11-point scorer ng first quarter na si Scotty Thompson.
Ako hindi ko masyado napanood ng college yan. Ikaw nasubaybayan mo. Kamusta siya ng college? Just to give us an idea.
Hindi masyadong shooter pero marunong manalo. Kaya maagang kong natandaan yung pangalan niya, sir. Para kay Coach Arik de Rosario sa Perpetual Altas. Malaking bagay kung bakit muntik nang makarating sa finals ang Altas nung kabataan ni Scotty Thompson.
Saka may mentor siya kay Tatang Arik eh, no?
Pero mahusay talaga dumepensa. Saka grabe ang effort sa rebound.
Saka si Coach Arik, bibigyan ka talaga ng break pagka nakikita niya may potential ka.
Totoo yan.
Namimiss ko rin si Coach
Has
Arik.
built champions through the many years.
Di ko gusto ang bola. Oh, beautiful shot. Kahilig, enjoying the moment in cutting down the lead of Ginebra to 5.
Now the second unit of San Miguel beginning to join forces and helping out San Miguel make a second quarter comeback.
That shot does not work, and Junmar dominating the rebound.
So the open looks are no longer around here for the
No,
Gin Kings.
they're not. May
Better
challenges
close up,
eh, no?
yes.
CJ cuts up the inside and kisses the glass for a twinner on a drive.
And when you have defensive stops, opens the door on the opposite end for you to be able to attack quickly and swiftly. 8 in the game for CJ Perez.
A once 12-point biggest lead has now been reduced to 3. Nearly stolen. Rosales all over Abariento. Shot clock reduced to 6. And Scotty nakadilihensya ng foul. You know, when we use that term in parlance, in basketball parlance, it's not so bad.
At saka totoo naman.
Saka kung minsan nakasungkit, nakadilihensya.
Saka alam niya na penalty yung kalaban.
Uy, that's even more profound.
First 2 points of CJ Perez after 2 made 3-point baskets in the early goings of quarter number 1.
Good size. Big size crowd here at the Smart Araneta Coliseum, joining all of you wherever you're catching us on RPTV, engineered and powered by Sports 5. Sef Sarmenta, Coach Ronnie Magsanok, and Miss Apple David, who will smile for you later and give you another laugh at the end of her report, which we enjoy, huh?
This was a 39-27 scoreline earlier.
Sinubukang hindi tumawa eh. Wala eh. Bumigay.
Mas masarap naman tumawa.
Oo naman.
Bukas mahirap, sir, kasi babalik na ang traffic.
Why are you like that? Why do you remind us of these things? CJ short. On the ground. Uh-oh. They will review. Look at Ginebra in front of Janine. Janine won't change her mind. She feels it looked like it was Ginebra's last.
Kaninong sapatos tumama?
Well, Janine was sure about her call. Shot clock at 10. Rosales shakes, bakes, can't cook it. Kahilig, posting, twirling, thought about the shot. Marcia has no shot, creates one. No. Ball is loose. Junmar says, you can't take that away from me. Squeeze play. Foul downstairs. And Japet said, yes, okay.
James Harden moves. Si Junmar farther, but no 2 free throws will be awarded. So from a 39-27 scoreline, 11 against 3 in favor of San Miguel in the last 3 minutes at least.
And Lassiter escapes. Cuts down the lead to 2.
We know that he can hit the 3 ball anytime.
Yes,
but one
he
thing
can.
that Lassiter's worked on through the years is his mid-range game.
Lassiter with 6. Troy against Kahilig. There's a cut by Holt. The floater, no. A chance now for San Miguel to tie or lead. No lead is safe. Timeout by Ginebra coming. Should San Miguel make it? The pass, too much in a hurry. Libre.
Oh.
No. Junmar collects it. Jump it out of position. Junmar Pardo ties it all up.
Second chance scoring through offensive rebounding. San Miguel is back. But the defensive energy And the defensive intensity definitely has helped out San Miguel with the second quarter surge.
And we are tied at 42 with 2 minutes and 4.3 seconds remaining. Watch this sequence.
Look at that back tip. Something that he has mastered through the years. And then reading the defense. No help side, no primary defender, no problem for Jumar Fajardo, who has now accounted for 8 points here in the first half.
You know, he's just gotten better and better through the years.
Wala kang masabi, sir, sa dedication at commitment to be a better player,
No.
to be a committed professional athlete.
Na ano pa yan, ha? Tumigilas pa yan, ha?
Walang pahinga.
Walang pahinga.
Meron ulit, sir, February window. World Cup qualifiers. Eh, malapit nang mag-February. Hindi naman.
Huwag kang ganyan. Huwag kang ganyan. Paumpisa pa lang ng 2026. Pero ang bilis, ano? Ganun ka-rapid yung panahon. Gaya nito, 2 minutes and 4.3 seconds na lang natitira sa second
Ligpitan
quarter.
na ng Christmas tree, sir.
Tapunan na nga ng kalendaryo.
Naku.
Holt is bottled up, but gives it over to Scotty. Ginebra's 12-point lead erased. Holt fouled by Junmar, who never really complains but asks if he was the one who was guilty of the foul.
Rare driving lane na nahanap nitong si Holt as he rejected the ball screen.
Si Perez ang binigyan ng foul. Third.
Yung primary defender. Pangatlo, si CJ Perez. Tama ka, sir.
Who will have more minutes on the court? Join us in our Filipinas Live poll question. You saw the options and you can download and register for free. Tons of sports material and content that you can pick up and review over time. Apple, go ahead, please.
After making that game-winning shot against Converge, Stephen Holt was a little emotional and he shared how just thinking how they needed to overcome the disadvantage and how he was struggling entire game that time pero never siyang sinukuhaan ng teammates niya, ng coaches niya. Binigyan siya ng opportunity to stay on the court and ang nasa isip lang niya to step up any moment given to him at nagkataon lang it was that game-winning shot na naibigay sa kanya.
Thank you very much, Apple David. In the meantime, Chris Rosales with a reverse shot that ties up the quarter again for I think the second time, the third time.
Hindi mo ma-overemphasize yung value ng mga players off the bench.
Lalo na sa series.
Yes.
Diba?
Rosales helping out San Miguel, tying the scoreline at 44 apiece.
Troy with a pirouette. That pivot move does not work. Too strong in the final release.
With effort coming from Trollano to stop that last offensive sequence.
I'm shocked Trollano has not scored yet. Well, hindi pa makakuha ng tempo. They go to the Kraken. Japet waiting for his next move. That shot is a short one. They allow it to bounce out.
So far for San Miguel in the quarter, total of 26 second quarter points. Ginebra, after accounting for 26 in the first 12 minutes, with 18.
Japet cuts up the inside and almost missed it, but the ball decided to just drop in. San Miguel will utilize its familiar 30-second timeout.
Using his mobility and veteran smarts. Faking the pass. And a missed jump coming from Fajardo to open up the right elbow driving lane para kay Japet Aguilar.
Just enough space to squeeze through. 46-44. Our solid four race to Golden Glory continues as Ginebra and San Miguel get entangled in the first game of their series. Earlier tonight, we had the win by TNT against Meralco. And look at this graphic.
The best defensive team also showing us their offensive teeth. Increasing their numbers. Sabi nga natin kanina, 15 3-point shots in Game 2 laban sa Converge. Elevating their scoring output and keeping their defensive system. And that is the blueprint of that success story laban sa Converge in the quarterfinals.
Boy, against Converge, they They played 3 games.
Oh.
Inbound problem. We'll get back to that thought later. Back-to-back hits. Ginebra suddenly with a 4-point lead before this quarter ends. Let's see if San Miguel has a reply. 18 seconds remaining. Marshall, corner, Healy, very short. Junmar, there's an answer from San Miguel. RJ stops, pass. The ball will go to San Miguel.
Oh, another turnover.
You cannot do that on the inbound, diba? It's almost like a football inbound. You have to be stable. Although sa football, you can move a little.
You have to keep your pivot foot.
Oh. Parang hindi ka pwede mag-travel dyan. .7 seconds. Problema inbound. Japet. Almost. At the end of 24 minutes, it's a 2-point lead by Ginebra, capitalizing on some turnovers, and the Babat player of the half is brought to you by Divan. Enjoy unforgettable TV Babat moments with your family only with Divan. Coach Ronnie and I and Apple, David, and the rest of your Sunday PBA semifinal Road to Glory encounter between San Miguel and Ginebra rolls along after this halftime break.
Happy New Year, PBA fans! Nagbabalik na ang inyong paboritong liga with the semifinals. And currently, we're able to watch the series between Barangay Ginebra and the San Miguel Beermen. Halftime na po tayo kung saan it is the Kings with a 2-point advantage. 48-46 is our score. Bago tayo tumuko sa ating second half, let's put a spotlight on our PBA Press for Player of the Week. Walang iba from Ginebra, RJ Alarientos.
He shoots over one.
Go! Yeah!
RJ Abarientos. RJ!
Yeah!
Abarientos against Baltasar and Stockton. Nakapagpasabit si RJ.
3-point shot is gone! Just waiting for the right time. Mid-range jumper, that's very Johnny A. Crossover mula kay Abarientos. Showtime! For Abarientos for 3, it's gone!
RJ Abarientos definitely stepped up big time dun sa series na yun kontra Converge. And one of the reasons kung bakit nandito ngayon sa semifinals ang Ginebra. Ngayon naman oras na para pag-usapan natin yung mga top candidates natin for best player of the conference. Nangunguna dyan Junmar Fajardo. Nakikita nyo rin yung kanilang statistical points so far, followed by Calvin Abueva, nandiyan din si Juan Gomez Tellano, Justin Balsar, and Xavier Lucero. Pero out of those, si Junmar na lang ang nandito pa rin sa ating conference semifinals. Top 5 rookies naman. Juan Gomez Tellano is the number 1 so far, followed by Dolph Panopio, and part of that top 5 is JM Bravo, Sonny Estilo, Barangay Ginebra, and Chris Kuhn of Magnolia. Now, paulit-ulit natin binabanggit sa mga listahan. Ayan, Junmar Fajardo, and this time we have this special feature on him and the winner nung kanyang auction for his MVP trophy. Panoorin natin ito.
Nagsimula siya, di ba, Q4, sobrang daming sunod-sunod na bagyong pumasok, yung earthquakes. So si TV5 nagkaroon ng initiative na magpa-live selling mga items ng artists, ng mga anchors, and then ibang PBA players. And then here comes si Sir Junmar Fajardo na nag-offer siya na ipapabidding niya raw yung first ever MVP trophy niya. And then, lahat ng proceeds nung live selling na yun, hindi lang yung trophy, is napunta sa Alagang Kapatid Foundation. So, yung first bid ni Boss Toyo sa mismong live is around 75 or 75,000. And then, may tumapat hanggang sa umabot siya ng 160,000. So, yung bidding nag-continue outside the Facebook Live.
Dumaan sa newsfeed, sabi ko merong auction yung TV5, yung Junmar first MVP niya. Tapos sakto yun, nasa charity din ako nung time na yon. So sabi ko, hindi ko pwedeng palagpasin yung isang gantong klase na PBA memorabilia. So kumbaga one of the siguro pinaka-importante memorabilia. So kaya sabi ko, kukunin ko to hanggat kung anong magagawa ko. Gulat din talaga ako, di ba? For charity na binigay ni Junmar. Kasi for me, kunyari ako si Junmar, sa tingin ko walang halaga yung gantong klaseng trophy kasi first MVP ko to sa PBA. Kumbaga, kung ako lang tatanungin, parang malabo na ibenta ko siya. Kaso nga it's for the charity. And aside from that, kasi marami doon nagko-comment, nabasa ko, bakit daw kailangan pa ibenta, ba't ayaw na lang daw magbigay. Hindi naman nila alam na nagbigay na rin si Junmar ng donation noong time nung sa charity sa Cebu na yon. So
kay Junmar, more than the money, ito yung isa sa parang sobrang meaningful din na items na naibigay sa Alagang Kapatid. So through the 160,000 pesos na donation ni Boss Toyo, through the purchase of the trophy, mas malaki yung mararating natin at mas maraming tao yung mabibigyan pa ng tulong. So,
kumbaga sa sports memorabilia ko doon, ito na yung holy grail for me. The PBA first MVP trophy ni Junmar. Mag-i-stay to kasi Junmar to kumbaga 9, diba? Siyam na yung MVP niya. So, the GOAT para sa PBA. So, kailangan nandun lang sa museum namin.
Provided by Ralph, crossover mula kay Abarientos. Showtime!
Just incomplete control of that situation. RJ Abarientos, that skill level, pinakita niya kung gaano siya kagaling one-on-one. It's so difficult to stop him one-on-one.
Hold up, no. Tatakbo si Noko. Adriano! Sige, ito ba yun? Meron pa rin. Still have to do.
How can you retire when you can still do things like that?
Nokum.
Look at Norwood! On your head!
Wow. That's dunk number 2.
Both put-back dunks. And this one came with a foul.
Still able to elevate, Judge? Si Gabe Norwood.
My goodness, Gabe Norwood.
We're only in the third quarter. Ang umupo sina Thompson at Rosario. Baltasar got the shot! Oh! Bastos jam! That was filthy, Dr. J.
Yeah, gotta give it to him.
Naglabas ng galit sa rim itong si Baltasar.
Shot. Holt gets a touch. 6 seconds remaining. Stephen Holt goes to Abarrientos. Goes to Holt. Holt for the win! It's gone! And SD will head into the semifinals!
You know, if you look at this game, Carlo, seemed like almost every player had a time to shine for Barangay Ginebra. We saw Jeremiah Gray, we saw RJ Abarrientos, we saw Japet Aguilar at the beginning, we saw Scotty Thompson, but in the end, the biggest play, the biggest moment of it all belongs to Stephen Holt.
As they punch their ticket into the semifinals, courtesy of that game winner coming from Stephen Holt.
As much as a 12-point lead, when it was 39-27 was what Ginebra enjoyed. But if you play against San Miguel, you often find out that such leads, no matter how large they are, can be short-lived, Coach Ronnie.
39-27 scoreline, but a 19-9 counter run by San Miguel will keep the score at this level, 48-46. Lamang pa rin ang Ginebra ng dalawa, but San Miguel beginning to assert themselves as they were able to trim the deficit to just a 2-point disadvantage.
Some numbers to help tell the story.
Points inside the paint, nanganak, dumami ng dumami para sa San Miguel, aided by offensive rebounds, at yan dahilan kung bakit sila nakabalik. Perimeter scoring, kanina lamang na lamang ang Barangay Ginebra by virtue of hitting 6 3-point baskets, pero unti-unti na rin kinayod ng San Miguel pabalik. Kaya mula sa 12 puntos na pagkakabaon, tayo ay tutulak sa third quarter na 2 puntos ang kalamangan ng Gin Kings. Pagdating naman sa scoring, Scotty Thompson with 11 first quarter points. RJ Barrientos with 11 points off the bench to lead the way in scoring for the Gin Kings. Aguilar and Holt with 11 points combined. Sa kabilang panig, points off the bench, malaking bagay para kay Wami Chongson na natulungan ng 10-point output itong si Junmar Fajardo na nagtapos sa ating dalawang quarters na may double na production na agad para sa San Miguel Beermen.
Okay, so this series already one half gone. Earlier today we had TNT winning against Meralco 100-95. Don't forget that you can vote now for the PBA 50 All-Star in Canton City in Ilocos.
Sa March yan, di ba, sir?
I think so. Scan the QR code or visit www.pba.pba/all-star. Voting period is until January 18, 2026. Details: 5 North, 5 South, 12 rookies and sophomores and 12 juniors ang i-vote.
Babalik ang North versus South na format sa ating All-Star.
Yep, and by the way, this series will continue on Wednesday. The first game, if I read the schedule correctly, will be San Miguel and Ginebra, and the second game will be the first game earlier. And they will reverse as long as the games are necessary. As you take a look at what has happened so far in the playoff bracket,
Right.
the TNT withdrawing first blood against Meralco.
From the quarterfinals, itong mga naging matchups, mga nakatawid, papasok sa last four. At kanina, nakauna ang TNT laban sa Meralco, pero mahaba pa ang runway na natitira dito sa best of 7 series. As San Miguel trying to defend the Philippine Cup Championship that they won last year laban sa TNT, denying ang tropang 5G, the triple jewel, so to speak, o isang grand slam na taon.
Now, this third quarter, if you are up against San Miguel, you have to be careful and wary because they seem to know how to switch it on in this third quarter.
Able to arrest a slow start after having an early taste of the lead. And suddenly, Ginebra was able to impose what they wanted to do, led by Abarientos and Scotty Thompson. And also, defensively, they disallowed San Miguel from scoring inside the paint, took away the offensive rebounding might of San Miguel. But lahat ng mga bagay na yan ay lumitaw ng paulit-ulit para sa San Miguel sa nakalipas na pangalawang quarter.
And if Ginebra is a good fourth quarter team, they tend to be a little lackluster in the third quarter. Let's see how these two contrasting tendencies will play out here in the second half. We begin with a score of 48-46. If you're just joining us and you dropped by just now, there was a 12-point lead early by Ginebra, but that's a thing of history already. Here's CJ Perez. He loses control. And Ross is by his lonesome waiting for Scotty. Layup will score. And two players are down on the floor.
Up to now. After that home run play coming from Scotty Thompson, that was a game best 15 points.
Mukhang nagkasabitan, ano ha? And it is Troy Rosario who has had a difficult history of injuries also. Let's see what happened here.
The first play of the third quarter on the penetration.
Yung nagkabangga, parang naku sa kumakapit agad.
Dito sir, sumabit yung paa ni Maya Gray. Nasabitan ni CJ Perez kaya siya ay parang napatid.
Okay, so Ginebra reestablishes a 4-point lead. Lob pass, intercepted. Snatched away by Ginebra.
Well read by Scotty Thompson.
Japet, hop, step, and turn. Just short. Rebound claimed by Junmar.
10 points, 13 rebounds already for Junmar Fajardo.
Which is so typical for him. Huh? And more coming up. Ross unloads. No, here's the 14th rebound. The shot, no, the 15th rebound. The follow-up, yes.
Japet is trying. But the rest of the weak side players also have to do their share or else Junmar Fajardo will have his way time and again underneath.
Will get away. It doesn't sound right with murder, you know, but it's just that good nowadays. Even better.
Matangkad, mabigat.
Maalam, as you always say.
Maalam talaga.
Missed by Japet Aguilar. Chance by for San Miguel.
In street basketball, magulang maglaro.
Equal wise, which is a compliment. But Mas magulang si Scotty sa dalawang eksena na yon. And look at Japet, he's saying, help, help, help.
Designated helper si Scotty Thompson. Kaya ang bantay niya ay si Chris Ross.
Apple, ano meron?
Yung second unit production or numbers ng San Miguel, not quite there yet, but it is the energy of the second group that gave them positives and allowed them to come back in this game. And sabi nga ni Coach Peter Martin, dito sa second half, they're looking to get an advantage. The fact that they use more players. So hopefully, napagod na itong Barangay Ginebra. They already played their better half and now they look to do better. On the side of Barangay Ginebra naman, yung double-double production ni Junmar first half pa lang is a concern, particularly yung rebounding niya, offensive rebounding that gave them more possession. This is something that they have to watch out for and ilimit na tong efficiency ni JMF. Balik sa inyo.
And exactly as you were speaking, Apple David, exactly what happened in the replay there, in the previous play, the offensive board controlled by Junmar Fajardo.
Kaya mahalaga na yung bantay ni CJ Perez ay hindi siya mapabayaan, maka-atake na maka-atake. Dahil pag sumablay, nandiyan si Junmar Fajardo para pulutin yung offensive rebound.
Tabla po sa 50, ika-apat na deadlock ng larong ito. Ross accelerates, slows down, sends it to Lassiter in the deep corner, who fires glass shot.
Close out counter coming from Lassiter. Ross with the setup. 2.8 for San Miguel, ready with a total of 8 third quarter points.
Years has he been doing that to Marshall Lassiter? Uh-oh, Holt has a dribble problem and bothered by CJ Perez.
Sorry, 6 third quarter points para dito sa San Miguel versus 2 points para sa Ginebra.
Ayan, sinasabi ng third quarter strength ng San Miguel. Trying to get it back to the Kraken. Outside to Ross, wide open. Cuatro. No. Junmar blocked. If my count is correct, that's 17. 17 rebounds.
Double check natin yan.
16 or 17? Ilan?
17. Ang mabigat doon, karamihan dito sa third quarter.
May
offensive rebounds.
Na may basket. Na may putback. So, 14 points, 17 boards.
Mabigat yun, sir, kasi 4-point shot pero nahulog pa sa kanya yung offensive rebound. Mabuti na lang para sa Ginebra, sumasablay sa free throws. Itong si Junmar Fajardo. Kung di ako nagkakamali, 0 out of 5?
Sa free throw?
Oo. O baka 0 out of 6 pa. 0 of 6.
Pasok yung una.
1 of 7. 3-point lead. 7-2 run para dito sa San Miguel to open up quarter 3.
Lamang na ang Beermen. Scotty attacks. Outside he goes. That will not materialize. The pass to Greg. CJ flies! Rebound by Junmar, but hold your horses. We have a foul off the drive of Perez, actually.
CJ Perez, his reaction finally, he will get to the line.
We will have a review. That was a crafty move by CJ Perez. Look at the way he contorts his body in the air.
Somebody was chasing from behind. And then a cut by Holt to try and deny that right side para dito kay CJ Perez.
So the question might be, was it an undercut?
Di pa nakaka-ere, sir, eh.
Pero may foul na natawag.
Pumito. Scotty Thompson matching the scoring output of Junmar Fajardo with 15 points. 11 of them in quarter number 1.
Kanang yung rebounds ni Junmar, parang given na yun, no? Sa pagkalaban mo San Miguel. Of course, it's easy to say, put a body on him, box him out, and things like that.
Huhulog pa yung bola eksakto sa kanya. Kaya lalong mahirap.
Di ba kung kalabang ka, kaasar eh, di ba?
Kasi normally, yung malalayong tira, sir, malayo ang bounce niya.
Di ba?
Pero dalawang beses na sa kanya bagsak yung bola.
On your screens, Richard Del Rosario, Tim Cohn, and of course, Olsen Rosella.
And Johnny A.
Pala si Johnny kasama na dyan. Ano? Kasama na naman si Olsen at saka si Johnny. Ako, tumanda na naman ako. Kasama yan sa Triple B team sa Crispa team yata. Hindi, sa Triple B sigurado ako. Sa Philippine Basketball League dati.
PBL, sir.
PBL. Hindi Philippine Volleyball. Philippine Basketball League. It's a regular foul. It's against Holt. It's his third. Ginebra has now been called for 3 team fouls. Perez will shoot a pair of charities. Yung mood ng game nag-shift, ano? Kita mo yung very transparent yung shifting ng momentum ng game unti-unti na which Ginebra must check right now. No? Maybe that's a sign because if San Miguel continues to miss its free throws,
at least mga 6-7 puntos na sana nakalamangan ito for the Beermen.
You were saying?
It stays at 3 points for San Miguel.
In other words, it simply should have been bigger, diba?
Correct.
Iskati libre.
Good shooting game tonight for Scotty Thompson when I was 17. Backing the cross match.
17 points.
Wow.
Oh, great shot. Here's Ross finding a way. And Ross with his first pair of points. San Miguel has a slight lead of 3. Rosario grinding. Torres. Scott. No, Gray nearly open. Torres sees an opening. Can't fill up the blade. Ball is loose. It's still Ginebra ball. Open, top of the key. No. Twice for Gray having a clean open look. There is a foul. Good go on Gray here.
Foul number 2 on Gray. Substitution, RJ Barrientos for
Jeremiah Gray is now going to be replaced by RJ Barrientos. They need a spark plug here.
They need more offense. That number 1. Number 2, looking for better pace, quickness.
Bullet pass, Red. Holt trying to dribble into his front court. Scotty slows it down.
Cross match again.
Almost not quite. Junmar collects rebound number 18. Ross slows it down. Here CJ accelerates. Ross considered, missed it. RJ will not force the issue. They'll slow it down. Scotty gallops into his front court. That's a bad screen.
Chris Ross fighting over the attempted screen by Scotty Thompson after a handoff para kay RJ Barrientos for a possible open look from the 3-point line. This one.
Nararamdaman mo yung antsiness ng crowd. Ano yun? They're looking for something eh.
Something to cheer for.
A rally, a run.
Cheer about.
Nararamdaman mo yan eh. Lalo na ngayon.
Oh, nice.
Libre.
That's good recognition coming from CJ Perez. A go screen to open up the deep left 3 ball for the number 1 3-point shooter all time in the PBA, Sio Lassiter,
who now has 11. And San Miguel with its biggest lead of 6. Watch this. Boom. Break in a moment. We'll be right back here in the Smart Araneta Coliseum. 6-point lead by the Beermen, who have played catch-up and to a large extent against Ginebra, that led by as large as 12 in game 1 of this best-of-7. Here's a time to go back in history when Marshall Lassiter knocked in those big 3-point shots that gave him the title of the most number of 3-point shots made.
The second to none in terms of that category, but more than that, continues to build on what he has done 2 years ago. And original member of the Gilas 1.0, together with Mark Barroco, continues to be at his best, trying to help out San Miguel Beermen in their chase for another all-Filipino crown.
One of those rare, pure shooters in the history of this league.
And also a very sound defender. Good defensive
He's
player.
not been given enough credit for
Correct,
that.
sir.
As Barrientos, head and shoulder fake. Nice up fake by Scotty. It's on its way. Gone.
Several years ago, scouting report against Scotty says recover short. Let him take the 3-ball. Not
Go.
anymore.
This is like an NCAA game.
San Sebastian Perpetual, sir. CJ Perez now with a total of
Ano saan ba si
10 points.
Lyceum yata si ano, di ba?
Si CJ, sir.
Di ba? Ewan ko.
Baste at bumalik sa Lyceum eventually.
In the meantime, Perez
Wow.
cuts up inside but won't make it. Foul going in and will shoot free throws. Here's San Miguel off and running already.
This is a multiple scoring champion. One of the best transition finishers. That was 1 against 2 for
As
CJ
you
Perez.
check out this defensive stop brought to you by Pioneer Elasto Seal. Selyado ang bubong. Panahon.
Jumar Fardas really taken over for the San Miguel Beermen on both ways. Both ends, rather.
Perez missing his 2 charities previously. Norbert Torres goes out and will go out for Apple David.
From the words of Coach Tim Cone, I am so angry at the way we're playing, the way we came out in the third quarter, turnover after turnover. Junmar attacks, grabs those rebounds. He decided to come out and play. We did not. Ang sabi pa ni Coach Tim, if we want to win, get our acts right, get fired up, and stop playing terrible basketball, gentlemen.
I can actually hear Apple, his voice. Terrible, terrible.
Yes, with
Terrible,
emphasis
terrible.
on T. Terrible.
Terrible.
Sa Tagalog,
horrible. In the meantime, David, last shot. Now, rebound. Troy Rosario. Uy, hawian. So, sa switch.
Ginebra looking for a spark. Ginebra so far production 7 in the third. San Miguel with a total of 16. Down earlier 39-27 since that time. 35 for San Miguel, 16 for Ginebra.
Madalas maraming fouls sa game. Sa switch na dadalo si Junmar.
Takihin mo talaga sa ball screen, sir.
Takihin mo eh.
36 years old and still going very, very strong.
How were you when you were 36?
Very, very weak.
Naramdaman mo na.
Very, very slow.
Puro likod na.
Puro very, very na lang, sir eh. Hindi kaya ng very, very. Nako!
17 points.
The help was late and Fajardo once again makes them pay.
And this is what Apple was reporting on, which Tim Cone is disappointed with. How Junmar has exploded. That shot works. David knocked it down off the glass. 4 points.
More ball pressure here para dito sa Ginebra to try and step up their defensive intensity. Something that we saw of them in quarter 1, limiting San Miguel under 20 points.
But somehow has evaporated in this phase of the surge. Off the switch, there's a foul.
Excellent sequence para San Miguel. Ball started in the right post block with Ross. On the ball reversal, suddenly a punch free for the 2-man game. Ganyan kautak itong si Brondial.
If you've been playing big all your life, you normally have those big man moves. San Miguel with some horrible free throw shooting in this quarter. Should be interesting to spot the number here. later on. 5:04.2 remaining. Crowd feeling it was all ball.
Oh.
Crowd feeling there may have been justice that was served. Ganun naman sa basketball. Barrientos decides to take a crack at it.
Eluding the defense of a premier defensive stopper.
Ross trying to post up Barrientos.
Wow.
Oh, what a pass inside. Double team. Denying from the out, but not for long.
Nothing from the free throw line. Something from underneath. On that second chance. Para kay Roddy Brondial.
Beermen have a 6-point lead. Barrientos, not this time. Another rebound for Junmar. That should be number 19. This ball, Fickle, landed safely in Perez's hands.
Quicker than everyone in that last transition play. CJ Perez was scored heavily here in quarter number 3.
4:15.3 to go. San Miguel with an 8-point lead. A 30-second timeout used by Tim Cormier. Watch the sequence. You were saying so fast and Brondial, chinaga niya ito eh.
It's all about persistence and double effort for Brondial after missing earlier from the free throw line. What about Chris Ross pushing the pace for the San Miguel Beermen, putting pressure on the transition defense of the Gin Kings.
Exactly what is happening, Coach Ronnie. The pace of the ball game has been altered and has shifted over in favor of the Beermen.
From the 26-18 count after the first quarter, since then, 34 points for Ginebra, or for San Miguel, 50. Outscoring once again Ginebra here in the third.
Gahanap talaga si Tim ko ng reason to wake up his team.
Yes.
Parang nawala yung fire nila in the first half. They led by as much as 12. Keep that in mind.
At 39-27.
Yep. A little over 4 minutes left in the third. On a jam-packed Coliseum on a Sunday. Yeah, that worked. David is beginning to hum a little here. He has 6 points.
Played an all-important role for Ginebra in that overtime win versus Converge. But then he went down the shoulder injury, but looks up and about here in this game.
And a foul from behind could be against Japet Aguilar. Ginebra is in the penalty.
Time and again, Junmar Fajardo punishing Japet Aguilar underneath.
Third on Aguilar.
Free throw count for San Miguel, 5 out of 15.
In the quarter or in the total?
They ended the second quarter 2 out of 6. So 3 out of 9 here in quarter 3.
Ay, galing mo mag-subtract, ha?
3 out of 10 in the third.
Galing mo mag-add.
Pa-isa-isa.
Dagdag. Multiply. Divided by 2. Wag na.
Pass. Maybe on February.
Hello, Matt 11. Nako, talagang alat na sa free throw tonight, ha?
Malaking-malaki na sana itong lamang na to for San Miguel.
Which is Tim Cohn's frustration kasi with those misses, they should be closer, no?
At para naman kay Coach Leo Austria, this lead definitely much bigger. What about that screen by Brondial against Rosario to open up that point-blank shot for Junmar Fajardo. 9 third quarter points for Fajardo already.
May tumalsik. Lumipad. Si Abarientos sa foul ni Rosales.
17 points and 19 rebounds for Junmar Fajardo. This screen that delayed Troy Rosario from locating Fajardo underneath.
8-point lead by the Beermen. Stands now as the biggest of San Miguel. Into the post, foul from the rear. Rosales will be guilty of this one.
Scottie Thompson will try to bring the offense of Ginebra closer to the basket. As the three-point shooting has dried up for Ginebra.
Has hardly taken the three-point shot actually.
6 kanina yan.
Na pumasok.
Sa first 2 quarters.
Hello. Saan ba pupunta yun?
Para kay Troy Rosario sana.
Nakatingin ba si Troy?
Nakatingin din si Junmar Fajardo.
Yun lang.
Haba niya.
Sungalap palabas, may foul. Solian is trying so hard here.
This will be 2 free throws if this will be called against Rodney Brondial. Hindi pa. Wala pa sa penalty.
Pang-apat pa lang yun. Beermen want to call a timeout. Leading by 8. We have you back with us very shortly. And as we throw t-shirts into the crowd, both sides try to huddle up and regroup here. The score stands at 70-62. Through the years, we'll have the wonderful opportunity.
Wow.
Some of us have had a chance to give names to some of these great players. Of course, our former colleagues, the late Joe Cantada, gave several. Pingoy Pengson also gave a few. Butch Maniego and I had a couple of hands to do with the trigger man, and others have helped along the way as well. Of course, Quinito Henson and Andy Howe have chipped in. Yung Kraken, swak na swak, ano?
The gold standard in Philippine basketball.
Atom bomb.
The atom bomb.
Wag, ang hirap din bantayan yan, ano, nung araw.
Napaka. High school pa lang, sir, nakita ko na si Edo Agustin. High school pa lang, alam mong napakagaling na.
Pag dumrive, ano, pag yung explosiveness niya, ang hirap pigilan, ano?
Deceiving eh. Saka sobrang accurate sa mga tira niya.
No?
Loob, labas. Patalikod. Husay sa free throw line.
Doon, sa kabila, sa bench ng Ginebra, may flying guy. Alam ko si Quinito nagbigay ng pangalan na yan. 70-62 ang ating bilang. Here is Scottie. David tried to shake free. Whips a pass inside. That does not call in. Follow up. Troy Rosario gets that to bite and cuts down the lead to 6.
There will be a small window para sa Ginebra to work that ball in without Junmar Fajardo. That's why after the timeout, this play will be executed by the Gin Kings. Attack inside. Troy Rosario, excellent positioning underneath. Something that we did not see nung nandun sa loob, si Junmar Fajardo.
Exactly. Junmar pushed them out.
Nagtatalsikan sila.
This one is not going to bite. Jericho Cruz, by the way, has returned and has replaced CJ Perez in the San Miguel roster.
And Coach Tim Cole will go deeper in his rotation. Nards Pinto about to come in.
Here's Troliano.
Who's still scoreless up to now, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh!
Rosales nowhere. Steal by Cruz. There's a loose ball foul. Referee Balo making the call.
Rescue play by David. After Marientos lost his defensive coverage.
And now penalty na San Miguel. Chris Rosales with that
This
foul.
one. Look at the catch by David.
Ayun ang foul.
Agaw po to, sir, eh. Pero ito. Yun.
Talsik.
6 points off the bench for the former member of the Lyceum Pirates.
Here's Pinto.
Arts, formerly of Arellano. Champion na rin yan, sir.
Daming NC player dito sa grupo nito. No?
Dito mo isipin at bibilangin yung missed free throws ng San Miguel sa quarter na ito.
Exactly. 1:47 to play. Jericho Cruz, Troliano, Brondial providing the shield. Troliano aims, still can't hit anything, fights for it, fires a layup and scores his first set of points.
First 2 points after nearly 36 minutes for the number 1 scorer of the bench para sa San Miguel.
6 attempts siguro. In the meantime, Barrientos, shoulder fake, head and body fake. There's a foul, I think, called against Rosales. That's the 5th. Wami Johnson is off from the bench.
2 shots for RJ Barrientos.
Barrientos knocks in the first. He has 16 points.
Scored 55 points in the quarterfinal series laban sa Converge to lead this team in scoring at 27.5 points. Recently named as a Player of the Week in the PBA.
2 free throws knocked in. 4 points is the gap, the edge that San Miguel enjoys with 1:50 to go in your third quarter. Here's Don Troliano. Starting to attack. Will go visit the free throw line after being clipped on the arm.
Trying to make sure that San Miguel stays ahead of Ginebra at the end of the third quarter. Again, that window where Junior Fajardo is not inside. Those are the minutes that Ginebra is looking to win as they try to erase what was once an 8-point deficit. Pati si Troliano sumablay na rin from the line. Kanina 5 of 15. We'll double check it now.
Five of 18. But check mo na. Second free throw dribbles in. A minute to go. Here's David, who has 8 points. Can't shake off Tautua. Barrientos and company have a 9-second shot.
Oh.
Ooh, that's a foul on Cruz. Sino tinamaan? Si Troy?
Si Troy.
Both teams are advised to consider complimentary photo.
Maybe a cut.
Jericho is trying to explain something. Eto Ronnie, tingnan natin. Ayun. He went over the shoulder of Rosario. This is an interesting call. No question there's a foul.
Oh,
already.
yes.
Playing foul penalty 1. Jericho Cruz. Jericho Cruz has to sit on the bench for 3 minutes.
Above the shoulder. He will have to sit down for the remainder of this third quarter, which has 50 seconds plus a minute, 2 minutes and 10 later on. So si Barrientos ang titira ng free throws. 5 ang lamang ng San Miguel, 73-68.
Now, who will come in for Troy Rosario?
Troy Rosario will hit the bench and Ku is on the floor to shoot the free throws actually. Kasi si Rosario yung na-foul eh.
Prime-time scorer during his years with De La Salle.
Apple David is over there asking, I'm sure, the level of pain that Troy Rosario is suffering right now. Masakit yun, parang blow yun eh.
Mahirap pag sa mata, sir.
Ganun, dahil yung pawis naghahalo eh.
Ano naman ang vision sa basketball, sir?
2 is free for a 3.
Turned out to be a blessing here for the Gin Kings. 4 points.
And here comes the crowd back in. Abarientos against Wami Chong-sung. Lead with Siwami. No, long rebound. Chance for Ginebra to regain the lead with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Scoot, thought about it. Corner shot. No, there's a push-off. It'll be against
Japet Aguilar.
Yeah.
That will be his fourth, and they will give him 2 free throws. It was a good look, a wide open look from the 3-point line for the Gin Kings.
In the meantime, you check out this 3-point shot. Brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook.
Arch Pinto doing his share, setting up his teammate for that opening from the 3-point line.
Who has scored 7 points coming out the bench. Rondial.
Oh my.
Bothered by the crowd.
31% shooting from the line tonight.
By
San Miguel, 5 of 19. 5 of 20.
Chance to regain the lead. No, and we are done with 3/4 of game number 1 of this series in this road to Golden Glory. Who will emerge victorious and take game number 1? Let's find out in just a very short while.
Let's go to the post. Okay, let's go to the post. Whatever place you run, it will end up at the post. Nothing happens in the post. I kick out, okay? Or we can roll. Involving at Torres. Okay? So. Okay, gawin natin dito, okay? See you, you're here. Okay? Okay, Kumar here. Okay? 1-4-3. 1-4-3 side. Okay?
It's time for us to recoil and reset this game. Let's take a look at the duel of Scotty Thompson against CJ Perez. Big edge by Scotty scoring-wise. Nasaktan si CJ ng konti ng third quarter. But Junmar Fajardo has been quite a factor.
Oh yes, a pillar of strength on both ends. Consistency is the name of the game. Omnipresent. Taking over in the third. Unfortunately, San Miguel missed 11 free throws in quarter 3.
Quarter 3 lang yun.
3 of 14. Right now, are 5 of 20 from the line. And Junmar Fajardo surely will be coming in a short while, dominating that category for the Beermen. And easily a 20-20 game tonight.
You know what helped San Miguel, despite those free throws missed, was those second chance points and those rebounds collected by Junmar Fajardo kept them in the lead for the most part of that third quarter. So what's going to give here? If you know Ginebra that well, Ronnie, what can we expect from the Gin Kings in this final push?
Continue to try and push the pace. And also try to contain Junmar Fajardo, who is now back in for San Miguel to open up quarter 4. That's the top of mind. Well, that's top of mind for the Gin Kings at this stage defensively.
Junmar Fajardo already with a 19-point game.
19-19, sir. 19 and 19.
Which is going to become 20 very soon.
Those are
somewhere
import
down.
numbers.
Libre. almost but not quite from Pinto.
Good close out.
Last
San Miguel.
David trying to harass Troliano. There's Torres giving up the foul against Fajardo in the box.
Ito mabigat kay Junmar when he imposes himself inside and throw his weight around, trying to get that inside positioning.
Some players will go through life in their PBA careers and say, I tried to stop Junmar Fajardo. Good evening, everybody. Together with Apple David, this is Ronnie Magsano and Seb Sarmenta. In the meantime, is that Troliano lying down on the floor? Yes, it is.
On the drop step move coming from Fajardo. A rear cut by Troliano. Perfect timing. Will go to the line. Let's see if San Miguel will shoot better from the line here in the fourth and final quarter.
Because if not, they might end up shooting themselves on the foot, actually. But Troliano is a good shooter. Knocks down the first.
Was an X factor in their face-off in last year's Philippine Cup semifinals. A series won by San Miguel, 4-3.
Better free throw shooting now, and Don gives them a 3-point lead. Ano sabi ni Charlie Cuna? Ang pangalan ni Don?
Celedonio.
Celedonio. First Charlie and Dominic Uy did our first game earlier today.
Siyang third coming of the Don.
Don. Libre. 4. Tapos lang ng konti. Rebound tinangay ni Pinto. Ito si Abarrientos. Ball fake and all. Almost not quite. Pinto flying in the air. Here comes Cole. Is it the three? Yes! And listen to this crowd roar!
Dangerous, dangerous team in the fourth and final quarter. That's the Gin Kings.
If San Miguel owns the third, Ginebra is a fourth quarter team. We're tied at 75. This is deadlock number 5. May mga hugot sa bench si team ko, ano ha? That is a shot from Cahilig. It won't bite. Junmar. No. But that's 20 rebounds already.
Yes. Gin Kings, sabi natin kanina, 6 na 3-point baskets in the first 2 quarters. Hindi natin nakita masyado sa third quarter, but here in the fourth. Ralph Koo off the bench dahil nasaktan si Troy Rosario has delivered.
Ralph Koo with a double-digit game of 10 points. Junmar aims carefully. Makes sure this time. Breaks that deadlock. San Miguel back in front. Apple has a report.
Keep going on the post. Yan ang sabi ni Coach Leo Austria. Pero pag nagwardyahan yung first option natin, 4 yung shooter sa labas. So huwag pilitan on the side of Ginebra naman. To limit the penetrations to the basket is their priority. Parang narinig yung gustong gawin ni Coach Leo. And on offense, move the ball, lessen our turnovers. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Apple David. And you could actually hear that familiar mantra from Leo Austria. Give it a Junmar inside right away and distribute thereafter. Pinto is bottled up. Torres free. That's it down.
14 made 3-point baskets against Converge. That's 42 of their 99 points. Right now, the perimeter scoring has been very vital for Ginebra's fight back here in the fourth.
Wame's counter. Too long. Rebound collected by San Miguel. They'll recalibrate here. 7 on the shooting clock. They're trying to get it to the post again, as Apple said earlier. Junmar gathers. Gathers nicely.
Reading the shot clock so well on the reset. Cesar batted here in the fourth quarter. Fajardo.
You can see the 3-point shooting on their screens.
That's 10 made 3-point baskets for Ginebra. Make that 11.
Torres shining brightly here in the fourth quarter. Second rainbow.
Together with Ralph Koo.
Near steal and a foul against Torres here.
8 points for Torres. Scored 2 points in quarter 1.
I failed to mention that Ginebra's back in the lead.
This one, Lawrence Pinto has also been very helpful setting up his teammates.
Ano yan eh, experience guard na rin yan eh. Ito si Torres, back-to-back rainbow connection.
Again, shots coming off passes. All a part of the philosophy offensively of Coach Tim Cole.
Pinto gets a round of applause from the faithful.
He was the playmaker in the last 3 minutes at least for the Gin Kings.
Yes, he was. Kwame Johnson dribbles through traffic. And that is stripped away by Ginebra. Scotty on the run. David Torres thought about it, not free. Fault is back in the game. Scotty Torres launches, not this time though. Follow up, no. Rebound taken away by Cahilig. Crowd drizzling with excitement and anticipation of that possible delivery, but it did not materialize. Two trying to snap it away from Junmar. Too firm a grip. CJ Perez gets it with dribbling.
Ginebra's looking to attack quickly on this coming play.
Which is Richard Del Rosario, the assistant, yelling at them, push, push, push. Libre si David. No. Tied at 81. This is deadlock number 6. Time flying here. Ball is lost by Perez. Trollano. Pardon. No look pass. Trollano is blocked.
Tremendous defensive effort coming from Scotty Thompson.
Off. Shake. Fake. Cool. And the young man has delivered 13 coming off the bench. Timeout taken. Well, bring you back to the roaring Araneta Coliseum after these.
You have to move. Everybody, you should be here, then dive. Okay? Para ma-open up ito na natin. Okay? So, ganun pa rin tayo. Kasi dami natin yung opportunity, pero you're not taking advantage of it. Okay? Kailangan pumunta tayo. Pagka wala, i-pick and roll natin. Okay? I-pick and roll tayo. Dami natin shooter dito. Okay? Lalo na kung ikaw. Okay? Shooter, shooter, shooter. Kero natin. Top 10 nyo.
Open look shot.
Then, pa, isang sinasabi. Ayun gamble, okay? Pag-close out natin. Stay.
There is a Green Archer connection shooting some big arrows for Ginebra here in the fourth quarter. Norbert Torres and Ralph Wu conniving here.
They have scored all of the 12 fourth quarter points for the Gin Kings. All of them from the long ball. Deep left corner. Left side. Top of key. Yes, sir. All heart, says Norbert Torres.
And they needed these three-point shots to keep in step with San Miguel because San Miguel was tearing them up in the third quarter.
Wala ka na magagawa. Nandun na si Junmar Fajardo muli sa loob. Parang sinakluban yung restricted zone. What was necessary? What was a possible opening? Those shots that they made, created by unselfish ways.
Apple go.
Coach Leo Austria is challenging the individual defense ng kanyang mga players, particularly man on the ball. Kailangan hindi na sila nalulusutan para hindi rin masyado nag-help yung ibang teammates nila that leads to open shots for Barangay Ginebra. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Apple. Big rebound by Scotty. Turns, twirls, jump it, can't elevate. David trying to create.
Oh, wow.
To go against the glass.
The read was excellent, but the finish even better. 10 off the bench for David. Bench scoring. Wow, heavy here for the Gin Kings.
Yes, with Cool and Torres and David to the wide open Cahilig. No.
3-point well has dried up for San Miguel.
Holt drives hard. Throws up a prayer. No. Japet still has it. Scotty thought about it. They have time to spare here. But Scotty in a rush. Ball fake and all. Cool launches another three. Not this time. Follow up. There's a foul underneath.
If it's on Japet, that might be his 5th personal foul.
Torres will return. Japet too valuable to lose on 6.
One of the points of the Gin Kings here in quarter 4 have come from players of the bench. 6 for Torres, 6 for Ku, 2 coming from David. Down 8, up 5.
14.
14.
6. Yeah. Torres. Great hand time, but wait a minute.
CJ's doing the right thing.
Attacking.
Attack. Again, you go back to the missed free throws. Total of 11.
Ilan ng third quarter na miss?
3 of 14.
So, 11 yung na-miss.
Yes. Eventually, 5 of 20 sila overall at the end of the first 36 minutes. Now they're making their free throws here in the 4th.
Not rushing it, Ron. You of all people should know this. You don't rush those things.
Hindi ako nagkakamali. 5 of 5 sila dito sa ating 4th quarter from the line.
What a time for them to hit those free throws. Sometimes it's not how many you miss, but how many have you made,
especially
when it mattered the most.
In the most critical part of the game.
You know, a player could be shooting only 60%, but nails the big ones in the end. And that pass, that pocket pass is red. His pocket was spit. Great drive to the basket. Cruz is back on the floor after sitting out 3 minutes because of a flagrant foul in the 3rd against Troy Rosario. And that lead has disappeared. It is down to 1. As we complete this replay, we will return. Here's a look at what Jason David was going to bring into this game tonight.
All important numbers delivered against Converge. But more than that, hurting shoulder and all. Ready to play tonight. And he has helped Ginebra once again here in their fight back versus San Miguel. Points off the bench combining with Norbert Torres and Ralph Ku. They raised an 8-point deficit and erect earlier a 6-point edge.
You know what's fun about this game? It's each side knows they cannot get rid of the other that quickly. Diba? May mga team kalaban ka eh. Well, I know it's the semis, but there are some teams, okay, at a certain point, you're gonna break. Yeah, you're gonna beat them. But this one, each side knows. Well, that only siblings know each other that well.
Believe it or not, Ginebra is outscoring the second unit of San Miguel, 47-29. Perimeter scoring has been heavy for the Gin Kings in spite of the fact that they have lost the paint points comparison versus the San Miguel Beermen.
These are big numbers.
Tatlong players in double figures off the bench.
Yeah.
In spite of the struggles of Holt and Maya Gray.
Sige, pahirapan niyo pa kami pumili ng best player. Sige, go. Anytime. No problem. Don't ask now. Layo pa eh. 5:28. Here's Scotty. Sees an opening. Sends it to Holt. No.
The attempted reach does not happen. Look at them. Run, run, run! Ang hirap ng tira na yun. Kahit yan, mahirap. Ang dali lang. Ang dali lang. Sabi ni referee Balaw, ang bola ay mananatili dyan sa San Miguel.
Ginebra dodging a bullet in that last fast break play for San Miguel.
Yung kay Cruz, ano? Yung twisting shot
Pati
na yun.
yung bullet ni Junmar sa loob.
Actually.
Ginebra over the limit, by the way. San Miguel, no team foul here in the fourth so far.
That's not going to work. And the rebound contested. Picked up by Rosario.
Coming in for Japet Aguilar.
Who got clipped in a few quarters back. Unintentionally by Jericho. Here's a Barrientos. Torres. Head and shoulder peg. Shakes up Junmar. That won't work. And a loose ball fall underneath. It's on Brundial. He's trying to box out Troy Rosario. Got beaten position-wise. That's 4 on Rodney. The clock is down 4 to 4:34 here in the final quarter. Game number 1, best of 7. Torres, shake, can't elevate. There's a reach-in foul. Am I reading this right? Ginebra is in penalty. Dalawang team foul on San Miguel.
Who did not give up a foul in the first 7 minutes of quarter 4.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
A 14-second shooting clock. Here's Thompson. Barrientos cuts up the interior. And as Magumar John would say, may kasama pang foul.
What a move coming from the reigning player of the week here in the Philippine Cup. Of a two-man game. Losing Chris Ross. Stop and go move against the two giants inside.
Si Brundial, palakad na palabas. Pero na siya pinapalitan. 5 fouls na si Rodney. Si Japet, 5 rin.
19-point game, 35 points. Game 1 against Converge, 20 points. Second game of the series tonight with 19. That's a total of 74 points in 3 games.
Meron putok talaga yung kaya Barrientos against Converge. Close range. That does not work. Ball is loose. Ross gathers. Jericho. From the out provides a big wall. Ross unloads. Rebound, Scotty.
3-point line has not been kind tonight for the San Miguel Beermen, who have been outshot by Ginebra from the 3-point line.
Libre. Lihis. Ang bola pupunta sa kabila.
What Ginebra is trying to do is try to contain San Miguel 100 points and below. Oh!
Huli. Huli. Foul pa si Jericho. 4 na team foul ng San Miguel.
Costly turnover here for the Beermen. We're losing the fourth quarter.
You know, Jericho has 4 points, but he hasn't played his usual game here tonight.
Likewise with Roliano.
Oh, look at that
foul on Jericho Cruz.
17 points for Ginebra here in the fourth. San Miguel with 12. 14 of those 17 points coming from Torres, Ku, and Jason David. David rather.
2 free throws for RJ Barrientos.
89-85. Barrientos drills in the first. He has 20. Second.
And be faithful, cheering them on. But they're not out of this yet. Wow, possession by Ginebra, no? Ito yung familiar line sa basketball. Breaks up the game na magdi-design.
San Miguel scored 55 points in the middle quarters. Pero dito, sa fourth quarter, hirap na hirap.
What a pass by Barrientos.
And again, a much better player when he is attacking inside. Up 8 after being down by this much in quarter 3.
Outside to Lassiter. They want to get it to Perez, but Marcia does not see him. They try to get it to Junmar. They fail.
Back-to-back turnovers for San Miguel.
Oh, which is so uncharacteristic, really. But this is basketball. Torres, Scotty. Ball is loose. Ginebra will keep it.
Scotty looking for the dagger. Could have been another 3 ball for the Gin Kings. First time they played this here in the Philippine Cup, 83-81 in San Miguel's favor. Lowest scoring game for the Beermen here in the Philippine Cup.
Torres provides the shield. Barrientos. Torres, shake, bake, no. And Barrientos, no. Hindi ba tumama sa ring yung kay Torres? Parang hindi.
Sir.
Foul on number 14, Stephen Hall.
Foul on Hall.
Shooting to Marshall Lassiter.
Goal. Pati si Marcia nag-miss.
First miss from the line here in the fourth and final quarter for San Miguel.
Split. 93-86.
13 in the quarter para sa San Miguel. Ginebra naman, 21 points.
Taka ng distansya, no? And Barrientos courageously driving in.
And again, attacking via ball screen, attacking the defense of Junmar Fajardo.
And that's it for Brumbiel with 6 fouls. Kahili gets the call to replace Brumbiel. Lead is 7. Lead is 8. Currently 8 of 10 from the free throw line.
I believe shot 11 of 11 against Converge in game 2 of the quarters.
Beermen need a timeout. Down by 9 right now. Time remaining, 1 minute 54.3 seconds. Look at this flashback. Where are you, Ronnie Magsanok, in the picture?
chasing Johnny A.
Just so brilliant, just so fast. The flying game. The uncle of RJ.
Oh, he was more than fast, sir. He was lightning quick.
You know, these numbers are hard to ignore if you think about it.
Coming off the bench. The leading scorer for the Gin Kings is someone off the bench. The reigning player of the week, who scored a total of 55 points in the quarters, followed by another 23-point game, 78 points in 3 games for this second-year player. Has led the team in assists and in steals tonight as well.
Alam mo, interesting questions as we show the Abarientos family. When do you start using the 4 here? Well,
the 3 has not fallen for San Miguel.
They have not tried it that much, and it has not fallen. They tried to get it from Lassiter here, but he's not in a shooting position.
Normally yan, si Cruz o si Trollano.
Oo. Ross. No. And you know, the absence of the offense of Cruz and Trollano could be one of the factors.
Sila ni Cruz, yung dalawa. And that's why the perimeter scoring of San Miguel has been down throughout the match. Not too many teams can keep San Miguel under 90 points.
And now what is seriously threatened is their 10-game winning streak.
That's the trust. That's the banner line of this matchup.
But the more important thing for Ginebra, I'm sure Team Con will say in the press conference, we've done nothing yet. We've just probably won game 1. Because, as you said, Ronnie, this takes about a month.
2 weeks.
2 weeks to get it over with. It's the semis, and 2 more weeks in the finals.
San Miguel with another under 20-point quarter after erupting for 55 points in the second and third quarters.
We shall hang on. And just to remind you, earlier tonight, TNT emerged victorious against Meralco, winning with a comeback style. Final count was 100-95. The lead of Ginebra is 11. Parang kailan lang lamang yung San Miguel.
Lamang ang San Miguel, pero hindi makalayo. Hindi makalayo. Umabot ng 8 kasi
pumotok si Torres at si Ku.
Hanggang sa tumama yung Ginebra from the 3 ball.
Tapos si David may kontribusyon.
Oo, 12 of 37 tonight, Ginebra.
Tapos nag-recover si Abarientos at saka Scotty. Ang daming rebound na tinangay.
Si Torres, malaking ambag din para sa Ginebra tonight.
The last time San Miguel lost was on October 12. So that's a long time ago.
25 points.
That's
2 months
a
ago.
long
2
time
months ago.
Against Phoenix.
San Miguel is 5 of 25 from the 3 ball tonight.
Trollano tries. No. And that's a foul on Torres. He pushed on Junmar before trying to reach for that rebound. Free throws coming up.
Junmar has hardly missed from the field.
But from the free throw line, he has struggled.
Kanina, 1 of 8 siya. We'll double check that shortly.
He's 3 of 10.
3 of 10, correct, sir.
Ano nung din ako ng map? Ang konti.
23 points, 22 rebounds.
4 of 11.
1 turnover in 38 minutes. But Trollano, the biggest offensive weapon of the bench for San Miguel, who scored 14 points out of San Miguel's 32-point output against NLEX in the third quarter. The people that
He was actually a candidate for best player on that game.
Yes.
Mahirap ignorin lang yung kay Junmar kasi. Time down to 1 minute and 18, and Ginebra could be that much time away from breaking the ice and drawing first blood in all those expressions in this series, a best of 7. Shot clock reduced to 3. Torres is free, loads up. Has not hit it again since hitting 2 in a row earlier. CJ, no. And I think, Ronnie, that's the size of this game.
Yes. Scotty also strong performance tonight. 22 points, 11 in the first quarter alone.
And Junmar still got that. 27
and 23.
But it won't alter the outcome of this game. Ginebra will take game number 1.
San Miguel will score only 17 points here in the fourth and final quarter. Ginebra, 27. The fourth quarter kick by the Gin Kings.
And the crowd has decided the clock still has about 12 seconds, but Ginebra will just, Team Cone, he won't ask his players to shoot another one. And Junmar Fajardo congratulating Team Cone. Junmar is over there at the Ginebra bench. And that'll do it. That is the size of game 1 of the series as Ginebra draws first blood with a 99-90 triumph. Check out this Babat Player of the Game, brought to you by Devan. Enjoy unforgettable TV Babat moments with your family only with Devan.
And that's 23 points out of the 54-point output of the second unit, contributed by the reigning Rookie of the Year and the reigning Player of the Week here in the Philippine Cup.
And just a sterling performance coming off the bench, his normal route. But we have to mention that Ralph Herbert Torres,
and Jason David.
Jason David played great supporting roles. As we give you the final score of this game, 99-90 in favor of Barangay Ginebra. We'll check on the schedule for Wednesday. We will continue to play here at this venue, the Smart Araneta Coliseum. And the Solid 4 battle will continue. San Miguel and Ginebra will be the first game. On Wednesday, we changed the combinations, and TNT goes up against Meralco TNT, already taking first blood. In behalf of Coach Ronnie Magsanok and Apple David and Sam Sarmenta here, saying in behalf of the entire Sports 5 RPTV group, thank you for joining us. This has been your PBA, and thank you for being solid with your league.
RJ, congratulations. 23 points, 7 assists. How did you read SMB's defense, especially in the fourth quarter, that allowed you to make the best reads offensively?
Siguro, just playing my game. Saka yung trust ng teammates ko na pinagkakatiwala sa akin yung bola. And syempre sa coaches na lagi ko sinasabi, yung minutes na binibigay nila sa akin, di ko lang sinasayang.
RJ, best of 7 series. What do you think needs more polishing as we prepare for Game 2?
Malayo pa. Game 1 pa lang to. Alam namin na babalik at babalik ang San Miguel. Dahil syempre, sila ang defending champion. So, syempre, paghahandaan at makikita nila to for sure. So, let's see. Tingnan namin yung video again. Pag-aaralan namin kung ano yung pwede namin i-improve as a team. And syempre, hihintayin namin yung pagbalik ng San Miguel sa Game 2.
RJ, go ahead and greet your loved ones.
Sorry?
Greet your loved ones.
Siyempre, sa Ginebra fans, lagi nakasuporta sa amin. Sa asawa ko, siyempre, sa pamilya ko na lagi nakasuporta sa amin. Maraming salamat. I love you and maraming salamat po sa mga nanonood. And Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year po.
RJ, speaking of Ginebra fans, nandito rin yung nabangga nung last game against Converge. Meron ka bang mensahe?
Sorry. Paharang-harang ka kasi. Hello. Happy New Year. Yep. Yeah.
Thank you so much, RJ. Congratulations. Let's now hear it from Coach Tim Cohn.
Alright mga ka-PBA, ngayon naman
We'll now get to talk to our winning coach, Coach Tim Cone. Congratulations. Coach, your second group outscored the bench of San Miguel, considering they're number one when it comes to bench production. Just talk about how the second, third group has been impacting your games.
Well, we were very aware that they were the number one team in bench points, and so we challenged our guys that we had to come out and really play well against Don Troiano and Jericho Cruz and Wami Chongson, Mo, all those guys. We knew we had to come out and play. And I thought they did a really good job of keeping the energy. We went down by 8 points, and it was really the second group, Jason and RJ, who brought us back into the game and got us a lead. So, and Ralph Koo, hitting big shots at big moments. Those are all huge things for us. You don't win very many games when Junmar has, 27 points and 23 rebounds. You don't beat San Miguel very often, so, this was one we had to really battle. Both our big guys got into foul trouble. Both of them had 5 fouls, and they did the best they could. And still, Junmar gets 27 and 23. Just amazing that he's just that kind of player. Wow. He played the whole fourth quarter, too, all 12 minutes of that fourth quarter. So, amazing man. But we're happy to be able to pull this one out despite Junmar having a big game.
This game would start the series, the best of 7 between these two clubs that wanted to ride 2 different scripts, rather. San Miguel was hoping to stretch their 10-game winning streak, and CJ Perez got them off and going.
Ginebra also entering the series, the 7-game winning streak, trying to flip the script, as we said earlier during our pregame, after San Miguel upended them in the last meeting in the semifinals in last year's Philippine Cup.
Scotty Thompson sort of helped to neutralize the early impact and give Ginebra an early lead. And RJ Barrientos was off to a fiery start.
They were hot from the 3 ball, accounting for 12 of their first 26 points from the 3-point line.
Second quarter was a different story, but still it was a sluggish San Miguel that was on the floor. Japet Aguilar with an escape there.
San Miguel will win this quarter eventually. In the middle quarters, they will run for 55 points, and Junmar Fajardo will throw his weight around here to help out open the floor for the rest of the San Miguel scorers.
And Junmar Fajardo, what more can you say about him? He'll do his usual stuff and a few more fantastic moves that will keep you very impressed as you choose your best player for the conference and for the game itself. And there's a steal by Troy Rosario, and at the end of the first half of play, Ginebra was just slightly up by 2. Third quarter, it's usual San Miguel basketball. They love the third quarter.
Scored 27 points, but remember, this team was in the lead by about 6 to 8 points, but missed 11 third quarter free throws. So yung sinasabi natin na red flag na yun, dahil sisingilin ka eventually pag masyadong marami dahil hindi ka makakalayo laban sa kalaban mo na napakahusay na humabol.
And the big factor was Koo coming off the bench, hitting big points, ended up with a double-digit game.
Right. Albert Torres, Jason David, and of course, RJ Barrientos, the chief architect from the second unit for the Ginebra Gin Kings.
And Ralph Koo was not yet done. It's some big, big, monstrous 3-point shots. San Miguel tried. Look at this 4-on-1. Jericho Cruz did not have a stellar game. He tried very hard, but he and Troiano could not get going.
That's a 1-point edge for Ginebra after that layup. But then Barrientos weaved this magic in the ball screen offense for the Gin Kings.
And in the end, some big, big performances, and the final points, 7 points by Scott. A big win by Ginebra.
Indeed, and they will finish this game with a 13-2 run, and that's defensive dragnet thrown against San Miguel and then in the late stretches of the fourth quarter.
So that will be doing it for us. 99-90, big win by Ginebra in game number 1.